Hey Wildcats, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Today we have a High School Musical. Yes, I've watched this trilogy now in its entirety in reverse. I'm pretty sure I think the first one I got to see was more than a year ago, and it was three. Then I went two, and then I went one. And here we are. Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens, Ashley Tisdale, and the whole gang singing their hearts out. And it's for me, it's like kind of like watching the prequel, watching the Star Wars prequels after seeing the original trilogy. This is I had no idea that Troy and Gabriella. Yeah, I still haven't remembered their actual names. I had to look. Um, Troy and Gabriella first sang together, first met by being forced to karaoke together. That's the romance of the ages. Was put together this way. And I have to say that, I mean, obviously, they didn't know what kind of. They probably didn't have the budget that the later films had, and they probably didn't know what kind of hit they would have on their hands when they made this. So, a lot of the dancing, a lot of the singing, some of the songs are just not the best. They actually, I have to kind of admit that they got a lot better and a lot bigger, obviously, with subsequent sequels. So, yeah, I mean, this is kind of humble compared to what came later. So, yeah, good on them. Kenny Ortega is a choreographer, and I'm not sure. Yeah, he's a director too, of course. Yeah, he's does a lot of the Disney original films that they have. I think Descendants he's involved with, and pretty much probably Teen Beach too, is it? I don't know, but anything where there's teenagers dancing and singing and falling in love and learning that we're all important and you can try new things even though people think it's weird. You don't need to keep the status quo. Be who you are. Be yourself. And we're all in this together. That's pretty much summing up the point of this thing because Troy's a basketball player and Vanessa's a nerd who knows science and math and she's afraid of being in front of people and he's just basketball guy and they don't dare get out of their defined roles and but they do, of course, much to Ashley Tisdale and her brother, what's his name, Ryan, sorry, played by Lucas, really, Grabeel, Lucas Grabeel, yeah. So those two, which they're a great villain team, brother sister, and I think yeah, they do a lot of their musical numbers together. They do go off on their own a little bit more so in the later films, but um, in this one they're pretty much attached to the hip, and it's kind of good that they do that because you don't have a competing romance. If they did a competing romance with the main characters, it would just be weird being brother and sister. So yeah, it's good that they can do that. It sucks all the sexuality out of this entire entire thing. And even though Zach and Vanessa seem to have some sort of magnetic power between them, they're both beautiful people, and they can sing. And yes, they're lip syncing to their own voices. But yeah, it's how can you compete with that anyway? But Ashley and what do I say, Lucas together, they make a great villain team. They're competitors and they're snotty and blonde and everything goes their way normally. And here's the challengers that step into the ring to upset their musical drama theater world. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff with the supporting characters. The drama teacher, she is obnoxiously, wonderfully made, performed. She's bonkers. She's just loud and she's sure of herself until she's she has to she puts up a strong front, but she I think she has a softness for anybody with talent when she hears it. So if she allows them to hear it, and of course in this thing, this whole story, it's pretty much by the numbers. It's not going to blow your mind by any means. This is meant for high school kids or younger, really, to to probably younger kids, elementary or junior high kids, to imagine that high school somehow they might fall in love and sing and dance with Zac Efron types. They don't exist. Uh, I don't. I can't say they don't exist, but I can't. Girls, just don't get your hopes up that you're gonna sing and dance with a Zac Efron basketball player, uh, virtuoso singer, at the same time. And still, part of me is confused as to whether everybody realizes they're singing and dancing. Like everybody's like, oh, we're breaking into song. Like this is the thing we're doing, or if it's something they just do and they ignore that they just did that. Because I mean, like the big number on stage, which is supposed to be their callback, of is now suddenly done in front of a full amphitheater or a full school theater full of people, and they just bust out and they start out with a piano, uh, you know, but it gets big and it gets wild from there. Where all the other music comes from, I have no idea. I'm sure they. It doesn't matter. If you start digging into the logistics of High School Musical, I think you should be looking for something a little bit more interesting to do with your life. I've touched on that. I've done that for you. No need for any of us to go any further. I think they do break the fourth wall a little bit, maybe. They realize they're singing and dancing in the later films. I have no idea. You know what? Let's just forget about it. I don't recall. It's, yeah. But it's High School Musical. The only thing I have left now as part of this series is High School Musical, the series, the musical, and the sing along. I don't know. I think those are still on my list. But the core High School Musical is now done with for me, unless they somehow decide to bring these kids back in their late 30s to sing and dance one more time, which I doubt. But hey, still got the what's her face, the Sharpay spinoff. We saw this. I also saw that Sharpay spinoff. Forget what it's called, but her and her dog go to New York or something, or L.A. or something. I don't know, one of those things, and they become stars. At least the dog does. Anyway, that's High School Musical. Hooray! We did it together. All of us together forever or something. I don't know. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
532.
532. 532. 532. We're in this together forever. 5-3. That was a song. 532. I can't sing it because I'll get in trouble. I'll have to start paying out money. I don't make any money from this, so I'm not gonna start paying money. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, something I like. I haven't watched this in forever. I don't think I've watched this in 30 plus years, 35 plus years. Holy cow. This is from the 80s. And we got Muppets. This is the Great Muppet Caper. The Great Muppet Caper. Great Muppet Caper. The sequel to the original Muppet movie on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. We'll see you back here tomorrow with the Muppets having a caper. See you then.